What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And today I want to talk about Spider-Man 2, baby. As I'm recording this video, it comes out in, I think, like 3 or 4 days, man. October 20th, I believe, or 21st. It's somewhere around there. Let me just say this. I am pretty hyped for this game. I know it. You're probably going to go back. I'll probably put top of this video. I might even put a segment in here. I feel like I've been there, done that. And where I talked about how I wasn't excited for Spider-Man 2. How am I not? All right, so I'm obviously referencing the most recent trailer that came out. I'm sure I'm going to have it up on the screen as I'm talking here. It was like, I don't even think it was a minute long. It might have been like 45 seconds where it kind of showed just a few things, a few new things that it hadn't shown before. Probably a little too much, to be honest with you. So if you don't want to see any of this stuff, I would really like maybe try to click off the video or at least maybe like minimize it, maybe listen to hear me talk for a second and then come back to it. I'm probably going to play it at the very beginning here, or like in parts of it. So if you see something or you think you're going to see something you might not want to see, feel free to click off the video or, like I said, just minimize it, wait for it to go by and then go back. But I really just want to talk about really the newfound excitement I have for this game. I was, you know, I was pretty hard. Really, I've been pretty harsh really the past few Deadhead podcast episodes. Pretty harsh for the past few videos I've made. Like I said, I have a video on here that says Spider-Man 2, not really hyped for it. And to be honest with you, the reason why I haven't really been hyped. So just to be honest, like the reason why I haven't really been hyped is because like I think it's because I've played Spider-Man PS4. I played the PS5 remastered version, and I beat that recently because I had never finished it on PlayStation 5. So I was like, you know what, fine. Let me go ahead and I'll finish on PS5. I'll get the platinum, and then I'll move on to Miles Morales. And so I've been, I kind of played for really like I would say like 3 months ago. I was playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I've already beaten the game, but I wanted to get I wanted to play it on PS5, and then I wanted to do another playthrough to get the trophies. I wanted to platinum both games before Spider-Man 2 came out. And I think because I was playing those games, I'm sitting here like, how can it get any better? Like I'm playing the game, and I'm like, Spider-Man's movement is great. This combat is super fun. The tools are like great to use. What more can they really do? Well, then I seen that new video, bruh. And I've actually got more hyped for it, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing these villains. I'm excited to see where the story is planning to go. I'm not gonna say like I'm like excited to the point of like God of War Ragnarok. I felt like I was way more invested into that story and what Kratos and Atreus we're gonna have to deal with Ragnarok, and I'm gonna have to play through that game again because I like just thinking about it now. I still feel like that ending was very like it felt very just underwhelming is probably the best word for it. I don't know if you guys felt that way. I felt like Ragnarok was very underwhelming. So I was kind of disappointing towards the end there. But with this, I going into it. So let me just go back to Spider-Man, obviously, because that's what we're talking about. The story in Spider-Man 2018, it was decent. I think it was definitely better than any Spider-Man movie we've gotten in a long time, including No Way Home.
You didn't say that. Tell me you did not just say that.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, I know it. I know you guys are gonna look at me in a way. Listen, I love No Way Home. I'm a huge Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield fan. I mean, obviously more of a Tobey fan than an Andrew fan because those are the movies I grew up with. But let's be honest, these MCU Spider-Man movies are trash. Let's be honest. I know that's a hot take. I get it. I understand. But it's true. Watch the movies and you get back with me. It's trash. Everything that embodies Spider-Man, Tom Holland's done a shit job. It's not all his fault. It's a direction of where they put those movies. They've just made Spider-Man a bitch. Me and Jan have talked about.
You play, this little bitch. Okay, we're gonna make Nathan Drake into a little bitch. This is what they did. This what I did to my boy. Weird character who does weird hand gestures.
Oh yeah.
Tom Holland, same shit. I don't know what his first role was, but he at some point in his career he made a role where he's being a little bitch, right? And now in every movie he's in, he has to be a little bitch. Like you cannot
several occasions. And I think I have a snippet of a podcast episode we did. Shit, now it's been like well over a year ago. Hell, it might be 2 years ago. We've been doing this show for a while now, where we talk about why we don't really like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But anyway, so the story, obviously, spoiler warning you if you haven't played Spider-Man 2018. Aunt May dies, you defeat Mr. Negative, and Doc Ock was behind the whole thing with Devil's Breath and all that stuff. He definitely heavily partnered up with that. And so like I don't know, like going into this one, I just didn't know really what to expect. But when they announced Venom, let's get to the elephant in the room, right? When they talk about, okay, we're gonna have Venom in Spider-Man 2. I'll be honest with you, I checked out, man. I checked out. I know this is not I know this is not sounding good with a lot of people that come to watch this video. I'm sorry. I hope you subscribe and stick around anyway. But look, when they mentioned Venom, I kind of checked out, and I think it's just because I think we've just seen Venom so much. We've seen Venom in the movies, which I know a lot of people don't like those movies. I think I'm a little bit more lenient on them, but I understand they're not great movies, and they don't do Venom the justice I think he deserves. But we've seen Venom so much. And so when they said Venom, I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So I just didn't really care. What I got more excited for, even like from the very first reveal when they showed the villains for this game, I got more excited for Kraven. I don't think Kraven has gotten a lot of attention really in the past few years. I know Kraven's a pretty big villain of Spider-Man. I would say he's more of a B-list villain in Spider-Man's story. It looks like he's going to be an A-list villain in this game, and that kind of excites me because that's a different kind of, I like it when Spider-Man is going up against villains that are different. Like in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man's main antagonist is the Spot. And it's crazy because me and Jan, we had to look it up. We love Spider-Man, and I think he loves Spider-Man more than me. I think he knows the comics way more than me. And even he wasn't sure if the Spot was an original villain or not. So it was really cool. It's really cool to see Spider-Man go up against villains, that are not just the Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro. The guys that we've seen several times over. It's good to see Spider-Man fight other villains. So I'm really excited about it. Obviously, in the new trailer, spoiler warning, if you don't want to shit about Spider-Man 2, they show Sandman. Really cool, man. I think the visual effects on that's going to be sick. I mean, just from the trailer, it looks awesome. And like I said, like we've talked about on the podcast and everything else, this game's going to run a solid 60 FPS. It's going to run beautifully. Even in these really high, like these scenes that are like really, really like testing the budget that Insomniac put into this game, it's going to run beautifully. And I get it. I'm getting excited just talking about it, man, because it's like, here's the thing, I'm playing through Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I'm having a blast. I'm like, I would say I'm like 80 to 85% done with the game. I've been kind of taking my time with it and doing, a lot of the side content, man. That game is bigger than what a lot of people think. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. But I'm seeing this game, and not that there's not love put into this game, because, obviously there's people that work so hard to put these types of titles out. But you see what Ubisoft brought to the table with this game, and then you look at gameplay for Spider-Man 2. It's like night and day. Like, these developers are just... Insomniac is next level. These guys are going to bring you a 60 FPS smooth experience. They always optimize their games, and you can't expect anything less than greatness. You just can't. With Insomniac right now, they just do no wrong. They've put out great games. They've done it for years, but especially recently with the Spider-Man games, they've done a great job. I think the reason why my hype wasn't there at first, and this is just, and again, this is more of a me thing. So obviously, I know not a lot of people are thinking this way. As much as I love Spider-Man, Spider-Man was like, obviously, just like most people, he was obviously like probably my first favorite superhero growing up. It's just, Spider-Man was always that hero that anybody could be Spider-Man. And I think that's what Stan Lee wanted people to be like. Anybody could be Spider-Man. That's why he wears a mask. I know we know it's Peter Parker, but we know it's Peter Parker, but anybody can be Spider-Man. And his troubles that he was going through in life, because he was a young hero, it was very relatable to what young people go through. on an own basis. You know, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to just juggling work and school and trying to juggle personal life, and then you throw being Spider-Man on top of that. I think it was just very relatable. So, but I personally, and I still feel this way, as excited as I am for Spider-Man 2, I'm ready for another hero. I'm ready to have other hero-based games. I'm sick of Spider-Man. I just am. Like after Spider-Man 2, and I hope it's great, and I think it will be. And I'm again, I have a newfound excitement for the game. So obviously day one, I've already bought it. I bought the deluxe edition digitally. I wasn't gonna play this game at midnight. I'm definitely gonna play it at midnight. And by the way, just as a reminder, episode 35 of the Deadhead Podcast, me and Jan are gonna give our first impressions of Spider-Man 2. So be around for that and come chat with us. I'm ready to see other characters though. I'm ready to see other heroes. That's why I'm really excited for Wolverine. Insomniac is making a Wolverine game. I think that has massive potential. You have a company that right now does no wrong. And I think Wolverine is a fantastic game. I remember there was a game that I played, and I'm sure I'll put some gameplay up on the screen here. But X-Men Origins Wolverine, it was the movie tie-in game. And I played it on PS3 at the time. And that game was a bloody, it was a bloody good time, dude. I'm telling you, like, that game, you could straight up just rip people apart. You're getting shot up and you're seeing your skin crumble, but then it's like regenerating. And that's the shit that I think that Insomniac could do, but only in modern hardware and modern visuals and optimization. And this company, honestly, I have the most faith in Insomniac to do it. So, anyway, I'm not trying to sound like I'm sucking off the company. I know that, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a fan of all their games, but they make quality. And to say that Spider-Man 2 is nothing but quality, there was people bitching. And if I have the screenshot, I'll put it up here. But there was like someone who said like there was a scene where like Spider-Man is fighting one of Kraven's goons. And he says something along the lines of nice outfit. He flips out the way because Kraven's goon throws something at him. And then like people said those look like PS2 graphics. And I'm like, man, y'all are a bunch of fucking haters. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I know I wasn't hyped for it, but what did I say every time? I said this game's going to be quality. I said the story is going to be good. I said that the gameplay is going to be fun. I said all those things. I just said I wasn't hyped for it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit here, like, that's the thing. Like, people immediately think when you're hating, like, when you're not looking forward to something, or maybe you have a gripe of something, you're immediately hating. I wasn't hating on the game. It's like I was telling Jan. Jan's like, my co-host, if you don't know who Jan is, check us out where we do a Deadhead podcast every other Sunday. Jan says that I hate a lot of things. That's not true. I don't think so. I just think I'm critical. I think I've played enough games. I've watched enough movies and TV shows. I think I'm okay, and I think I'm old enough and I'm mature enough to make an assumption on something. Like, now, not bullshit assumptions. I'm not saying be ignorant, because I can't stand ignorant ass people. But I personally just feel like my hype for this game, it really jump started after this newest trailer, which again, I think I've already played it. If you skip past it, again, I would avoid that. I know I probably mentioned some things here and there, but it is out there, so it's not like a super spoilery. They have the trailer out there. But anyway, that's what really put me over the edge, was just seeing how ambitious this game looked. It looks huge. The gameplay looks dynamic, man. I love the movements. I love the speed of which you can zip around the city between your wingsuits, swinging around, web launching. It looks good. It looks good, and it looks better than I originally thought. And one of my criticisms was, been there, done that. Listen, at the end of the day, it's a Spider-Man game. What can you really change, right? New York City's not going to change that much. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you can have different weather patterns. You can have maybe better visuals, clean up the visual, make the buildings where you can see through every building, maybe even be able to enter a lot of interiors, but New York is not going to change all that much from Spider-Man game to Spider-Man game, because why would it? It's going to stay the same, because that is Spider-Man's playground, man. That's where I want Spider-Man to be. That's another problem I have with the MCU films. Spider-Man is never in New York. Hell, I think No Way Home was like the first time that motherfucker's been in New York, man. Other than that, he's like going to different places in every movie. Anyway, besides the point. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man 2. Let me know what you guys think down below about Spider-Man 2. Have you been looking forward? Did you feel like me where the hype wasn't all there? Are you hyped now? I am super hyped. I pre-ordered the game. You already know. I'm gonna have videos on the channel. We'll have a first impression episode of the Deadhead Podcast, episode 35. We're gonna premiere this Sunday. I believe it's the 22nd, October 22nd. I'll put it up on the screen if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's October 22nd. So definitely be around for that. We're also going to do videos for the channel. We're going to do a first impressions video, and then I'm sure I'm going to do a when I beat the game and I do as many side quests and other activities possible, I'll come back. I'll do another video for you guys to talk about it. So definitely, we got a lot of good Spider-Man content coming. And yeah, we got a lot of good content coming in general when it comes to the show and to the channel. So I hope you guys will be around for it. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, sub to the channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next video. Stay dead, my friends.
Why isn't it Spider-Man? You know, like Goldman, Silverman.
Because it's not his last name.
It isn't?
No, it's not like Phil Spider-Man. He's a Spider-Man.